Welcome to Zambia's first and finest visual radio, Sun FM TV.
Sun FM, broadcasting from the Copperbelt capital, Ndola City.
This is your favourite station. The news.
Hello, with the news here on Sun FM Radio and TV. I am Imelda Chkwati. The headlines. Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, says Zambia's recent credit rating upgrades restore international confidence in the country's ability to manage debt, signaling a more stable economic future. The Minister of Green Economy and Environment has urged mine operators to take into account the severe environmental and social repercussions that arise from operational failures. A governance expert has clarified that the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, is legally mandated to proceed with the Chawama parliamentary by-election despite the country moving closer to the 2026 general elections. 9-time Zambian Super League champions Zesco United Football Club have officially confirmed the appointment of Kelvin Mutafu as the new Chief Executive Officer.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, says Zambia's recent credit rating upgrades restore international confidence in the country's ability to manage debt, signaling a more stable economic future. Dr. Msokotwane revealed that for years the country struggled under default status, which eroded trust, raised borrowing costs, and weighed heavily on jobs and household incomes. He said the upgrades by global agencies now show that Zambia is regaining credibility on the world stage, a development with far-reaching implications for citizens and businesses alike. The minister added that credit ratings are more than technical scores. They determine how the world views Zambia's financial discipline. He explained that stronger ratings lower the cost of borrowing, attract investment, and reduce the risk of economic shocks. For ordinary citizens, this translates into calmer markets, steadier prices, and greater opportunities for employment as investors gain confidence to build factories, mines, and tourism ventures. Complementing the ratings, Dr. Msokotwane said Zambia's gross international reserves have climbed to a historic $5.2 billion. These reserves act as a national shield, ensuring the country can withstand a crisis such as droughts, fuel price spikes, or pandemics. By stabilizing the kwacha and securing essential imports, reserves help prevent sudden surges in the cost of living. He acknowledged that the upgrades and reserves do not make commodities cheap overnight, but they stop uncontrolled price surges and provide a stable foundation for growth. Families, businesses, and communities can plan with a greater confidence, free from the fear of economic collapse. The minister has since stated that government discipline and reforms are only part of the equation. Citizens, cooperatives, churches, farm associations, and private sector bodies must seize the opportunity created by stability. Government has expressed regret that Zambia continues to experience telling dam failures, warning that reckless mining practices will no longer be tolerated. Delivering a ministerial statement on the recent collapse at Mokabamo Copper Mines Limited in Wapla Province, Minister of Green Economy and Environment Mike Mposha announced that inspections at all tailing dams will be intensified. Mr. Mposha said he is concerned that some mining companies are failing to comply with regulations governing tailing dam management. He stressed that mine operators must fully consider the devastating environmental and social consequences of such failures. The Ministry of Mines and Minerals Development has since suspended all operations at Mukabamo Copper Mine in Mwense District following the collapse. Preliminary investigations revealed that the company failed to comply with a compliance order issued in March this year, which requires all mining firms to adhere to sound environmental management standards.
That such negligence in the mining sector cannot and should not be tolerated. Communities and ecosystems must be protected, and operators must bear full responsibility for environmental harm arising from their activities. Madam Speaker, following this incident, ZEMA issued an environmental restoration order to Mukabamo Copper Mines Limited. This order directs the company to, among other things, immediately cease operations and clean up all the areas affected by the discharge. Prior to the cleanup process, the company will be required to engage an independent and competent assessor to conduct a comprehensive assessment to determine the full extent of the pollution. The findings of this assessment will guide.
The Examinations Council of Zambia, ECZ, has announced new provisions for candidate registration ahead of the 2026 examinations aimed at strengthening security and reducing administrative errors. Speaking at a media briefing, ECZ Executive Director Dr. Michael Jilala outlined several measures that will be implemented during the registration process. One of the key changes is the requirement for candidates' portrait images to be captured during registration. The images will appear on examination registers and eventually on certificates, a move designed to curb impersonation, particularly among General Certificate of Education GCE candidates. Dr. Jilala explained that including candidate images is part of broader efforts to fight examination malpractices. For the primary school leaving examination, candidates will be required to provide a birth certificate or birth record when registering, although this provision is not yet compulsory. Additionally, parents' details will now be captured in the online candidate registration system. This will allow families to verify candidate information before it is confirmed by the ECZ, thereby reducing the number of requests for name amendments. In previous years, the Council received numerous complaints about candidates being registered for incorrect subjects or having misspelled names. Mining expert Edward Simukonda has cautioned that Zambia will not meet its target of producing 1 million tons of copper this year, citing persistent power shortages as a major obstacle. In an interview, Mr. Simukonda stressed that mining operations require a steady and reliable electricity supply, warning that the current disruptions are undermining production. He further highlighted the dangers posed by illegal mining, noting that many individuals operate without observing safety standards, putting lives at risk and threatening the long-term sustainability of the sector. The mining expert explained that curbing illegal mining will take time and requires a stronger support for legal mining practices. He added that under the present circumstances, the government's ambitious copper production goal is unlikely to be achieved.
Illegal miners in Zambia is not something that you can easily eradicate in a few days. It will take a very long time. It is a very big risk in Zambia in the sense that, people are doing mining activities without proper safety and following the safety rules of how mining is supposed to be done, and we're likely to lose lives. We're looking at producing the 1 million metric ton, which government has actually forecasted that although we should reach that target by the end of this year, is not going to be feasible in the sense that we're still having power issues. Without power, things hardly move.
The People's Alliance for Change, PAC, has expressed concern that to sustain additional constituencies through the delimitation process if Bill 7 is enacted. The opposition leader, Andy Ford Banda, alleged that the UPND government is attempting as a strategy to secure more members of parliament in areas where it enjoys popularity with the aim of winning the 2026 general elections. Speaking to Sun FM TV News, Mr. Banda stated that the ongoing discussions with the various stakeholders on the enactment of Bill 7 are not intended to promote development for the Zambian people, but rather to exploit them. He further argued that this is not the appropriate time to discuss Bill 7 and the division of constituencies, especially when there is a pressing need for more hospitals to improve the lives of citizens. Mr. Banda urged government to shift its focus toward consolidation, particularly on matters that can address and transform urgent national issues requiring immediate attention.
Even this 3 years at a time, 2 years, it can develop, the constituencies. What it's going to do is that it's going to divert money that is supposed to actually go to hospitals and start the new MPs, binding vehicles, allowances, fuel, and all that kind of thing. So, as the People's Alliance for Change, we believe that this is not the right time to delimitate or to start talking about that. What we need to focus on is how do we actually raise money in the treasury, and then at the later stage, when we know that we paid off the debt and we have raised enough money, then we can start talking about dividing constituencies.
The National Union of Professional Cleaners and Allied Workers has dismissed allegations made by Cleaning Association of Zambia CAS President Lawrence Makumbi regarding financial theft, low wages and poor working conditions. The union stated that a forensic audit conducted by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, together with other investigative wings, found no irregularities. Speaking at a media briefing in Lusaka, NOPCAL President Bernard Momba revealed that the audit confirmed the union's integrity, safe working conditions, and commitment to ensuring that cleaners across the country enjoy fair treatment without harassment. Mr. Momba urged the stakeholders, including CAS, to accept and respect the findings of the relevant authorities and refrain from spreading inaccurate allegations, which he said divert attention from the real challenges faced by workers in the cleaning sector. He disclosed that the union is scheduled to hold a meeting with the National Executive Committee to discuss legal proceedings and measures to restore its integrity following the damage caused.
The forensic audit report found no offense or irregularities, which has since resulted into the Ministry of Labor and Social Security formally clearing the union. This independent forensic audit verification underscores
At the same briefing, NEMCAM International Operations Manager Mavuto Chisenga responded to allegations by Mr. Makumbi that NEMCAM had stolen 15 million kwacha from union workers. Mr. Makumbi had claimed the company employs 7,000 workers, all unionized under NAPCAL, and pays them 29 kwacha per month. Mr. Chisenga clarified that NEMCAM has approximately 4,000 employees represented by 3 different unions as verified by attested labor agreements. He further called on the Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, to investigate how certain operations were launched without proper evidence, alleging that some measures were carried out by an associate of Mr. Makumbi.
Further alleged that NEMCAM stole 15 million kwacha from the union workers, claiming NEMCAM has 7,000 workers all unionized under NUPCAL and paying 29 kwacha per month. May I assure you this calculation is incorrect. In reality, NEMCAM has approximately 4,000 workers.
On a sad note, 2 of the 34 passengers aboard a Likili bus died on the spot after the vehicle collided with a truck near Kibombemene Primary School in Mushindama District, Northwestern Province. The accident occurred at approximately 04:45 hours, leaving several other passengers injured. According to the Zambia Police Service, the Zongtong bus, registration number BCF 220ZM, was carrying 64 passengers en route from Solwezi to Chingola when it collided with the rear trailer of a truck traveling in the opposite direction. Police spokesperson Godfrey Chilabi said preliminary investigations revealed that the truck driver, who was heading towards Solwezi, attempted to overtake another vehicle at a curve leading to the collision. The bus collided with the rear trailer of the truck. He confirmed that the deceased were the bus driver, Anthony Mwamba, aged between 45 and 55 of Lusaka, and the bus inspector, George Gondwe, aged 43 of Mushitala compound. 5 passengers sustained serious injuries, while 32 others suffered minor wounds and were treated and discharged. Mr. Chilabi added that the truck driver, believed to be a Tanzanian national, fled the scene but was unhurt. And Solwezi General Hospital head of clinical care, Dr. Joshua Chisanga, confirmed that victims with severe injuries were attended to by medical personnel at the facility. Dr. Chisanga stated that in the emergency room, 2 accident victims who sustained serious injuries were treated and are currently in stable condition.
We have only admitted 2 out of those that came through the OPD. The emergency room, we only attended to 2 who were severely injured, but still those have been admitted as well. The BIDs just came a few minutes ago. Okay. So the doctors have verified there are 2 adult males reported to be, one was a driver of the.
We take a break, we return with the sports news.
Celebrating 7 years of the Kwacha Music Awards. It's been 9 years since the first Kwacha Music Awards ceremony took place in 2017. What started as a small event has grown into Zambia's biggest music awards show. Over the years, we've seen incredible talent shine on the Kwacha Music Awards stage. From the opening act of 2017 by Slap D and Dave, to Zavin, 76 Drums and Sheffy 187 opening 2024, the stage has been great crafts over the years. We have celebrated the best of Zambian music from Afrobeats to hip-hop and R&B. The Kwacha Music Awards has become a platform for artists to showcase their craft. With world-class hosts and electrifying performances, the Kwacha Music Awards has become an annual event to look forward to. Behind the scenes, a team of dedicated individuals work tirelessly to make it all happen. Their passion and dedication have made the Kwacha Music Awards a success. As we celebrate 7 years, we salute the artists who've made this journey possible. Your music has inspired a nation. Here's to many more years of celebrating Zambian music. Hashtag Kwacha Music Awards.
In sports news, 9-time Zambian Super League champions Zesco United Football Club have officially confirmed the appointment of Kelvin Mutafu as the new Chief Executive Officer. During the unveiling ceremony, club chairperson Patricia Musia revealed that a rigorous recruitment process as prescribed by law was followed, emphasizing that Mutafu's credentials and experience earned him the position. She noted that the former FAS treasurer, who joins Zesco United on a 3-year contract, has been tasked with steering the team to greater heights.
Today, we are proud to announce the appointment of Mr. Kelvin Mutafu as Chief Executive Officer of the Zesco United Football Club. The appointment of Mr. Mutafu followed a vigorous recruitment process. All procedures and requirements of recruitment were fulfilled. Our new CEO brings to the club a wealth of experience in football management spanning 20 years at the club level. He served in various senior management positions, among them CEO of Ghana Football Club, General Treasurer at the Football Association of Zambia FAS, and as chairperson of Forest Rangers Football Club.
Meanwhile, Mutafu pledged to work with all stakeholders and establish systems that will help the Ndola-based site regain its glory. Having previously served as chairman at Forest Rangers and as chief executive officer at Nkana Football Club, Mutafu expressed confidence in his ability to drive success at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium. Mutafu, who replaces Ponga Liwewe, begins his tenure in round 14 of the MTN Super League when Zesco United hosts Nkwazi on Saturday, December 6th, 2025.
I'm ready to be the first record of Mr. Mumba. What I would say is, in management, if you take the mantle of any institution, I think it is to make that institution better than the government. So we cannot talk about comparing with the past, but mine is to make Zesco great and better than I found it. As I said in my preamble, I'm here with my colleague and with my team to make Zesco great. So my parameters should not be measured with the past people who took over office, but to make Zesco better than great. And maybe leave it better and greater than the way Mr. Mumba left it.
That is all the news could accommodate. As we leave the headlines once again. Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwane, says Zambia's recent credit rating upgrades restore international confidence in the country's ability to manage debt, signaling a more stable economic future. The Minister of Green Economy and Environment has urged mine operators to take into account the severe environmental and social repercussions that arise from operational failures. A governance expert has clarified that the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, is legally mandated to proceed with the Chawama parliamentary by-election despite the country moving closer to the 2026 general elections. And in sports news, 9-time Zambian Super League champions Zesco United Football Club have officially confirmed the appointment of Kelvin Mutafu as the new Chief Executive Officer. Thank you so much for listening and watching. My name is Imelda Shkwati. Stay blessed.
88.5 Sun FM.
The long-awaited MTN Super League is here and is live on Top Star. This is more than football. It's pride, it's rivalry, and it's glory. As Zambia's greatest football league takes center stage